you wind up with Christian politicians who are constantly invoking the name of Jesus, supporting the murder of their fellow Christians in the Levant. So like that is I think that's very serious. I don't think you should do that. I think you're going to suffer for that. Like, don't do that. How can you excuse or aid in the murder of innocents in the name of Jesus? And I've said this directly to a bunch of these politicians because I get very upset about it. And they're like under a spell. Like they don't, even in private, they're like, well, we have to. What is that?
Last December, the State of Israel, the Foreign Ministry of the State of Israel, sponsored a summit in Jerusalem. They brought 1,000 U.S. pastors to Israel to attend military briefings.
Military briefings?
Yes. The head of the state was there. The prime minister was there. They were commissioning them as ambassadors, not for Jesus, but for the state of Israel. They were talking about this unholy alliance being formed.
Oh, they attacked me by name, I know.
Right, and they attacked you and all of that. But what really caught my attention, Tucker, when I was reading over the website of that summit, I was reading some notes and some guidelines, do's and don'ts. One of the guidelines, it's a Christian ministry also who's organizing this with the Foreign Ministry Affairs. One of the guidelines stated that do not speak of the name of Jesus. Preaching is not allowed in Jerusalem. Express your faith through acts of kindness and all that, but do not mention Jesus.
Why?
When I read that, my mind went back all the way to the book of Acts, chapter 5. When the spiritual elites in Jerusalem, they summoned Peter and the disciples, and you know what they told them? Do not speak of the name of Jesus. Imagine those pastors coming to Jerusalem to not be able to share their faith and to share about their Christ and their Messiah, the hope. That's one thing. The other thing, none of these pastors, they went and they prayed over dead stones. They went over and prayed over the Western walls, which is, fine, they can do that. But none of them stepped a foot in a Christian church.
No.
None of them visited the local Christian population,
They didn't go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre?
Not to my knowledge. It wasn't part of the itinerary.
How can Church of the Holy Sepulchre, obviously one of the most holy places in Christendom, it's where Christians believe Jesus' tomb was, sepulchre, tomb.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful place, amazing place. One of the great places in the world, in my opinion. How could you not go there if you're a Christian minister?
Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House.
Oh, yes.
He's a very prominent evangelical third in line presidency. Last August, he went to Israel. He prayed at the Western Wall. He went to a settlement in the West Bank. And he planted trees in those settlements in the West Bank. And he declared that these Judeans and Sumerian hills belong to the Jewish people by divine right.
We're going to be so punished for this. We're going to be punished for this. I'm just telling you.
He never interacted and met with people go and visit the dead stones, but they forget about the living stones. There are people there who are suffering because of this system that keeps oppressing them and applying pressure, and their numbers are shrinking. The people are leaving, and people throw this number. Well, it's because of the other pressures. No, Israel is the only place in the Middle East, the only democracy in the Middle East that Christians feel respected and protected. And I still minister there. And our ministry still serves in the Palestinian territories. And we serve in Jordan and we serve in Egypt. And our ministry is focused on reaching young people, equipping them and empowering them so they can be agents of change in their communities, so they can become peacemakers. This is why I left my secular job in DC, a very successful job, and committed my life to this mission, because the Christian presence in the Middle East is at the brink of extinction. If we don't do anything about it, especially in Beit Saul right now, there'll be no Christians left.
But just to be clear, under the Israelis, it's at the point of extinction. Having survived the Romans and the Crusaders and the Ottomans and the English,
this is
under
the reason
the Israelis that the Christians are about to go to extinct.
This is exactly why I am not going to be silent anymore.